All right. Yeah, this is the cast. What episode is this, John? You know?
I was gonna joke, but I thought you had it.
I don't even know where. All right, man, we gotta punch that in. We punch that in.
Yeah,
this is the cast podcast. I'm Sammy B, along with Luisa L, along with John Don Sterling, and our special guest is it needs no introduction. I know I say that all the time, but he really doesn't need any introduction. He's actually the content creator for some of your biggest acts. You know what I mean? Let's talk about, Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Erica Banks. He is I guess you want to say, the filmmaker, the film producer of in-house 1501 Records, Carl Crawford, ex Major League All-Star baseball player. I'm sure you guys know 1501, with the Megan Thee Stallion thing and Erica Banks and, the TikTok stuff that's been going on that the 1501 has been putting out. He goes by none other than Canon Corey. You know what I mean? Can I get a one-time, soul clap. Canon
and I
Corey.
appreciate the introduction, man. You did your thing.
He's the best at introductions.
My boy. Thank you.
I'm trying to get introduced like that everywhere I go.
Highlight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta give you that homecoming. It's Mother's Day. You know what I mean? I know you're not a mother, but shout out to your mother. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody's mother. You know what I mean? But we got to give you that homecoming because, a boss needs a boss introduction. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? And you're a boss. You've been able to do your thing. Your name is buzzing out here. The comment section, people were like, yo, you need to get Canon Corey on. I know you've been busy. There's a lot of independent artists that are saying that you are hot out there. They've been trying to book you. You know what I mean? But your rates have gone up, man. Your rates have gone up. I mean, when you get Megan Thee Stallion, you get Erica Banks, man, your rate's gonna go up. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Thank you for coming on, Corey, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. I'm glad to be here. Like I said earlier, I really just I look forward to moments like this so I could just get to know you guys and also just get my story out there too.
Cool, man. Let's talk about how you started. You know what I mean? How did you get into the filmmaking, like directing? You know what I mean? How did you get into that? Directing videos and films.
I would say back in 2010 is when I got professionally my first start. I actually was a soldier in the United States Army.
Oh, nice! Congrats! Yeah. Can I get a one-time soul clap? One-time soul clap. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Houston got a lot of, they into a lot of soldiers, man. Houston, they into a lot of armed military. Houston, Texas. I
wouldn't say as much. Houston, San Antonio is a really big soldier city, but in Houston, veterans come here to retire. But yeah, it's soldier friendly. But I definitely got my start as a combat photographer in 2010. And that's kind of where I got the majority of my skills on how to, operate a professional camera. But I didn't really get my foot in the industry until 2015 when I got my own radio show in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And that's kind of what gave me all the chops on how to deal with celebrities and how to just run a show, or I had to even talk to business owners and stuff like that. And that's pretty much how I got my start, was the military. And I was always curious about it because I used to shoot little stuff on YouTube when I was a lot younger. Hopefully all them videos are gone, so I don't do y'all. But that's pretty much how I got my start.
Cool, man.
That's really interesting.
How did you get into into being with 1501, or was it because you were doing different and then people just started setting your name, or how did that exactly come out to get it connected with that?
I came across 1501 because I was, I guess you could say, I was blown up on social media. I do a lot of comedy skits on my Instagram and stuff. And then back in 2019, my YouTube channel blew up, and that I started, hanging out with people that were making moves in the city. There was somebody I actually started dating who ultimately introduced me to Nitty, my manager. And Nitty, he's always throwing out all he used to Carl for different artists and stuff like that. So it made sense naturally after he had put some of the artists up, the pipeline, that when he found a videographer that was doing what I was doing, that he linked me and Carl back in last summer actually, and that's when I started doing a lot of stuff with 1501 last summer.
Nice. So, was it like a snowball effect? Like after you started with 1501, you know what I mean? Like, what did Carl like really have you do a lot of work for like the in-house artists? You know what I mean? Or like, were you able to like float around?
I was doing a lot of work for artists when I was with. I don't know if you guys know about Southern Heat Entertainment, but Southern Heat Entertainment is another label that works like almost hand in hand with 1501. That's Nitty's label. So I was doing a lot of artist work there, like shooting music videos, graphic design and stuff like that. And so Carl was always coming by and seeing my work anyway. So when they needed me to start working with Erica Banks, because Erica Banks was like really like they were trying to push her hard, he kind of just brought me on board. He asked me, you know, what would it take for me to like officially become part of 1501, and we came up with some numbers and everything worked out great. So ever since then, say what?
So was it like were you like the creator behind that Busted challenge? You know what I mean? Because with the Erica Banks, that was what like really propelled her, that Busted challenge. You know, through TikTok and through, you know what I'm saying?
With the Busted challenge, actually, me and Erica Banks, we were supposed to be doing some TikToks together because I have like, you know, a really strong following on TikTok, and me and her had been talking forever about making a challenge together, but what really happened was there was this girl on TikTok who just found the song, and it really just organically happened without us even having to do anything.
Nice.
Like it was a really organic thing. So that's really the magic behind that, is like, you know, once we saw it happening, you know, I gave her a few pointers on how to use TikTok, but as far as like us making it blow, it really did it on its own.
Right. Cool. Yep. I mean, go ahead. You guys have any other questions? I want to.
No, I just think it's interesting. Like, I think that's how it happens when you have, I guess, like just a fire song and then like somebody picks it up, you know? Yeah. And then, so what was the response to it actually? Like, how did you guys navigate? Did you do anything like, you know what I mean? Like, did it help in any way?
With the response, we were already doing a lot of like promo tours and like doing a lot of shows for like throughout the South. So when the song hit and started to blow up, actually Carl, it was his idea to start sharing a lot of like different people who were doing dances and like I guess doing the different, I guess the challenge.
I know, the choreographed things.
Yeah, he was basically, he started sharing them on his page, and then we made a plan that, you know, all of us unanimously as a company, we would all start sharing, you know, whatever Carl shared, and it kind of helped get the buzz out there. Like there was a challenge going on, and, you know, next thing you know, it was a couple of different celebrities that hopped on it, and it just really took off. And we just, when that song hit, it was like pandemonium. We were getting booked literally every day, sometimes 2 or 3 different clubs a night. And we were taking trips from here to Dallas to Atlanta to Miami, like back, just like we were traveling so much. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, even Erica said that was the song that really hit. But she said that she's been hustling for a long time. But you know, you just only need that one song to really kind of take you to different heights. You know what I mean? And you know, that was definitely a song that really you know, gyrated, I guess, throughout the nation, man. You know what I mean? Because that shit was like flame work.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
You couldn't go a day without hearing it, like on someone's phone.
That's
social media.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Yeah, on social media and everything. What do you call it? Like, so, like, what are you working with? Like, new art? Like, is Carl setting you up, guys, or like, you know, the in-house, you and Nitty? Are you guys like setting up more with like more in-house in 1501, or is it kind of like, you know, taking the successes that Erica's done and doing like further things, or like new people coming from behind?
Yeah, no, we have a couple new artists that are, well, they're not even really new, but there's some artists that they were already buzzing on their own that Carl is starting to, you know, work with. Like 2 of them he signed for sure. Stunna Bam. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him yet, but he's really hot. He's right behind Erica. And then there's another guy named D-Raw. D-Raw was already signed to Carl. And now they're about to really like put a lot of effort into get him back out there as well. But those 2 artists are definitely great. They're the ones that are right behind her, and we're like focusing on their efforts right now. Erica's already, you know, she has a super team with her as well, so we're just trying to keep building it up 15 on 1.
Right. Got you. Like, so are you looking into like doing your own like film discography, like filming, like independent? Because I know like with your YouTube, you do like sketches and skits and stuff like that. I think I seen like an independent movie too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you trying to do your own production stuff as well? Are you trying to get into more indie production stuff?
Yeah, this year's the year that I told myself I was going to shoot my first movie. So I actually I have an idea. I have a script already written. I plan on doing a casting call next month, and then starting to film later on in maybe like July, and then possibly getting the film edited and released in like November. So yeah, I'm actually working on something right now. I'm not going to say anything too much, but it's definitely going to be pretty cool. I have a lot of, you know, familiar faces that want to be in. As soon as I started telling everybody about it, like, you know, just behind the closed doors, people were just like, man, can I be in it? You know, so I'm trying to work all that out right now, actually.
Where's it going to be based?
Nice.
It's going to be like an action comedy. You know, my realm that everyone knows me for is like doing little comedy sketches, like you said. But,
yeah.
I really, what a lot of people don't know is I really do know how to edit, you know, similar to like a Marvel movie. So I kind of want to bring Hollywood to Houston, and, you know, also pull on some of my like celebrity friends to see who wants to be in the movie and go from there.
That's awesome. It sounds fun.
Cool, man. Yeah, what is it about like Houston that like a lot, because, you know, 50 Cent just said that he just moved to Houston. And you know, there's a lot of
everybody's moving there.
It's like that place, man. You know what I mean? What is it about Houston?
We just got our own swag. Like, we got our own way of doing things. Like, when you come here, you just feel like you're in a place that you ain't. It's so much culture, but you never felt this type of culture, and it's a lot of love. People don't be doing a lot of hating and stuff like that. It's really the perfect little melting pot because we get so many different types of cultures in our city, you know, and then you can, depending on what you're into, you got a little bit of everything, and then the weather's nice. Only thing except for the raining and flooding. Outside of that, everything else is dope. Yep.
Damn, floods.
The other thing is, if you're independent and you're trying to build something from scratch, Houston's like one of the perfect cities to do it in, because, you know, we have so many metropolitans around us, from Dallas, San Antonio, Austin. You know, you could really make a serious run just staying within the state and being based out of Houston, because we're like right in the middle of all those cities.
Right. Nice, man. All right, cool, man. So, I mean, what do you see yourself in like 5 years? Like, what does Canon Corey see himself in 5 years? You know, you've already done so much, you know, and you've been under some heavy hitters, you know, Megan and Erica and a couple of other people. You know, like, what do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I want to be looked at as a respected director in the industry. Of course, I want to continue to shoot music videos as well. A lot more music videos. Me and Carl have some things that I can't talk about that either, but we have some things that we're gonna do as well.
Everything's a secret.
It's a lot of like, just you guys will know about it soon. Trust me. But I see myself really just being respected in the industry more as an actual filmmaker. You know, someone who does movies as well as do creative content, and I want to continue to grow my YouTube channel as well. Hopefully, I can hit that 100,000 subscriber mark within the next year. That's the goal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll subscribe to you.
Are you like? Go ahead. Cool. Go ahead. What you said, Louis?
No, I was just saying I'll be a subscriber.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you got some great content.
I know.
What do you are you taking anybody under? Like, are you like who are you grooming to be like the next Canon Corey? You know, male or female? Like,
who are your inspirations?
I do actually have someone who kind of sticks to my hip a lot. His name is Trill Young Wavy. He's an up and coming photographer and filmmaker himself. He's always like, usually when I can't make it to something, I'll send him. Like, if I'm out of town because I'm on tour, then I'll usually have him, you know, go film something that someone's trying to book me for. So you guys should definitely look out for him. His name is Trill Young Wavy. He's awesome.
Nice.
But
Right.
sorry. No, I was just curious, you said you got your start out in the military being a combat photographer. Which, what the hell is even that? Like just what, you know what I mean? Like, what are you taking photos of over here? Like bombs and shit? Like, come on. Like, what is this?
Well, I was in special operations. That's first of all. So a lot of things that I did was a bunch of they'll give us a piece of paper and it's a whole bunch of paragraphs, but they're all blacked out, but you got to sign it, and then those will be missions where, we have to travel overseas to take pictures of confirmed fatalities sometimes, or
really,
be the
oh my God,
on the battlefield. I used to have to jump out of planes. I've done a lot of stuff. I have 26 jumps actually.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So then, well,
that's crazy. You know what? That makes sense because if you think about it, they have to count the number of fatalities and stuff like that. They'll have to be accounted for. So that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can see why, you know what I mean? Because the military does account. They have, their motto is they can't leave anyone behind. So
right.
They have to account for somebody that they're missing. They have to account for it.
Oh my God. I mean, well, I guess this was a two-part question, really. I mean, like, I was just like, that was just floating around in the back of my mind, like what that was. But then furthermore, getting your start there, but like, who else is like your inspiration, I suppose, for the way that you have developed your style and like how you do it now?
Thank you so much for asking me that. My inspiration is Tyler Perry. I love that guy. I love everything, his trajectory, how he got started, what he did with the influence. And then, of course, obviously, building Tyler Perry Studios, that's huge. And as many times as I've been to Atlanta, I still haven't been to the studios.
Yeah?
Yeah, I look forward to doing that. Like, I got to make my own separate weekend just to go check it out. But that's really like my main person that I look up to. Of course, I have a couple of YouTubers that I'm always just looking at as well. I try to follow or just learn from them as well. Like people like Peter McKinnon, another guy named Aiden Robbins. These guys are really, really good at telling a story and really kind of like getting you submerged in like the way they want you to feel.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but
go ahead. And they also have like the camera, from the cameras they use, the way they color grade videos, everything about those guys. I like to just try to soak it up. Sometimes I might watch a video like 10 times just to really just soak up how they did it.
But you kind of do it all though, right? Like you said that you have your editing style, so you can film and edit and color grade and
act.
And act, yeah. Oh my God.
I honestly, I'll tell you, like when I came up with the whole like being like the comedy skit guy, it was really because I was trying to make fun of things that photographers went through as a photographer. Like my first skit was, I'm in a hallway and someone walks up to me and they ask me, "Hey, can you take my picture?" And I have a camera in my hand. I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I'm about to take their photo, and then that's when they hand me their cell phone. Stuff like that. I've been through that in real life. So I just told myself, I'm like, you know what? People need to understand what we're going through. So
you know what?
That's when I came to Canon Corey.
Oh my God. That's so funny. I do skits as well on with this comedian local in New York. And similarly, have you ever taken a Meisner class? The Meisner technique? Actors would
I haven't. I have someone, Stunning Band's manager is trying to push me to take some acting classes so bad right now, actually.
So interesting. Okay, so then perfect that I even bring this up. But the Meisner technique is like acting through repetition. And I only took like the beginning of that because, with the stuff similar, I guess it's similar. Like I do like the skits and whatever. And so similar to that, my first ever skit with this comedian here in New York, it's like making fun of the same thing because you're acting through repetition. So we created a skit in repetition, like to make fun of it or whatever.
Yeah.
So
wow.
It's funny how like artists see that, like because the outside person, like they don't understand it from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I appreciate that. I like that.
Yeah, I created it because I just, I wanted people to know what we were going through, but then also I felt like everyone was starting to become a photographer. Everyone
right,
a video editor. So I just wanted to just stand out from the crowd. Like from everything I do, from coloring my hair red, I just want to stand out. I hate being like in a box with everybody else. That's just me.
Nice, man. So are you gonna start like your own production company as like going forward, or?
I do. I just don't know how yet, but I do.
It's a lot.
Ask me. Actually, me and the guy that I told you guys about earlier, Troy Young Wavy, we kind of just started a little studio on the southeast side of Houston recently, and we've already had like a couple clients, like 4 or 5 clients, and I just started it like this week. So
nice, congrats!
Thank you. So I do look forward into seeing where we're gonna go with that, but I kind of foresee me kind of putting him more in charge because of my schedule is so hectic right now. So I just have to figure out how I'm going to do this as I grow as well.
Yeah, nice, man. I mean, is there anything that you want to tell, like I guess, a young person who's coming up, who's looking at your videos and, like, oh, wow, man, like, he's directing people like Erica Banks and, he's with Megan Thee Stallion, Carl Crawford, you know what I mean? Like, just, you have the young kids who are coming up and they want to they have a camera, that they might have got from Amazon or eBay, and they don't know how to take it to the level that you've been able to take it. Because we all start from somewhere, we all was like 10, 11, 12, right? We started from somewhere. What would you tell someone, who had, maybe just got their first camera and didn't know what to do, but they watch podcasts, they see different videos and they want to take it to the next level. What would you tell them, that person?
And I would tell that person, first of all,
go to the Army.
Huh? Oh, it's the military?
Go to the Army.
I mean, that was I'm not gonna lie, that was a very good stepping stone for me. But even before that, I was always playing with cameras. I always tell people my professional career started in 2010, but I've been playing with cameras and stuff since I was like 12, 11. I was the guy at home that, there was like a film camera laying around and I was always picking it up every holiday, anything, just filming it. We have so many like home movies because I was at 13 years old filming stuff that we still watch today in this house, So like, what I would like to tell people is like, man, start now, start as early as you can, do as much research and teach yourself. You really don't even have to go to school for this. This is something like you can really kind of pick up as you go if you really want to know, and if you also want to like be able to get out there, network with other people, other videographers. This community is usually a community that really likes to help each other, because it's kind of like it's a way of life. It's not just I pick up a camera and I'm trying to make money. I mean, this is something I would be doing regardless if I got paid or not. I mean, I was doing it for like 2 years before I got paid or not. So just start with what you have. Your best camera is a camera you have in your hand. Reach out to other people who are in this industry. Reach out to me. I'm never going to be the type of person that's going to get Hollywood on anybody. So
are you into like are you into like this whole ETF craze with the photography and you know what I mean, like what was going on with the ETF stuff, like with the photography and the film and stuff?
Oh, you mean like those little what are they called? EFTs or F?
The digital like
NFT. That's right. I'm like,
I mean,
NFTs. Yeah.
Oh shit! What I call it? I say
stocks.
I think ETF. I had to watch the freaking what you call that dude Elon Musk, and then so I was thinking ETFs with the Dogecoin shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, the NFTs, the photography NFTs. Yeah.
I really want to get into it. I really
Me too.
I did a little bit of research, and it looks kind of complicated to actually be able to put something out there, even if it's just one NFT. It seems like you have to spend at least like almost $150 to $200 really to get it out there.
You know what? I started trying to teach myself how to animate, just to try to create an NFT of like any of the modeling photos or whatever I do. Yeah. And like that shit is hard as fuck. I'm sorry. But it really is. It's so hard.
the reason I'm saying the NFTs is because I'm seeing like a lot of photographers and filmmakers and stuff like that. That looks like the avenue that everything is going to be going into. So I thought maybe you'd be, a person is a filmmaker like yourself. Like I just see like a lot of like these indie filmmakers and videographers, like everybody kind of going towards the NFT space. You know what I mean? Everybody's speaking about it. Right. So maybe I thought maybe that was something that you're looking into as well.
I did light research on it, but I definitely want to get more involved and actually give it a try. I'm not sure if I'm big enough yet to where people would actually want to buy any of my art yet, but I definitely want to at least give it a try so I can at least have something out there for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like you said, man. The time to start is now. I mean, don't sell yourself short.
Right.
I mean, you never know. You could be that guy, like, something that you never conceptualize. You conceptualize it. You know what I mean? Something that you never conceptualize, you conceptualize it. Then people start making you as being the headmaster for it. You know what I mean? You never know, but you got to try. You have to go in there and see what you can do.
For sure.
See what you can do, but. I just know with that NFT space, like a lot of like photographers and like videographers and filmmakers, they're like starting to like really like inundate through that space. You know what I mean? Even podcasting, podcasting, even going through that
podcasting too
as well. Yeah. Anything that's digital, like anything types of digital, like a digital currency. It kind of, I don't know. It's something. It's weird, but it's like audio, digital, visual, like everything, you know what I mean? But I know like definitely like the filmmakers and like the photographers, stuff like that, they're really trying to put more imprints into that NFT space, So I thought maybe you might already be kind of going into that space as well, because so many people are like entering that.
But the NFT space too is very like it has a lot to do with like cryptocurrency, It does. It's heavy in that. So that's what's hard for me, like as an artist. It's like I have to teach myself about like, because when you're selling it, right, you're selling it for like cryptocurrency. So you have to have an understanding of what you're doing. And then on top of that, right. To like, if you're on Rarible, if you're on OpenSea, these are like these platforms that you can sell your NFTs, then like you have to, I've done a lot of studying about this, so I know all about it. And so I'm like going up a little bit, But like, so you got to spend like Ethereum. You have to have that cryptocurrency in order to make that run through the network. And then you could be selling something for like, you could be spending $100 just to put something up. And then, you want to make sure that you could sell it. So it is pretty complicated. Like you have to have at least, like you were saying, like at least build up a following to a point that your art is already known, and then you can capitalize even more so on trying to sell a part of it or whatever on these like websites. So I don't know.
What I would like to do is actually do a real art gallery and like maybe mix it in with NFTs, real photos and, and so you can have an option of both.
Right. Yeah. And the space is still evolving. It's so new.
Creative, man. Yeah. It's all creatives, just being creative, and that is what you are. Any words of encouragement to anybody, like, trying to come up, like, will you tell them, who failed in the past as being maybe a videographer or, try to do skits or, they haven't been as consistent? What would you tell someone, who's trying to come up?
I would say be very open to these new platforms that are coming out, because when you're an early adopter, that really kind of helps the most if you're trying to get your name out there or blow up fast. Because when you try to catch the wave after something like, YouTube or Instagram comes along, it's a lot harder to get known in that sea of noise. That's why, like, for me, I think what helped me a lot before I even got with 1501 was I had a buzz going on, YouTube, but my TikTok really exploded. I got like 100,000 followers in two months, Wow. So that alone really helped me, start to get to know people. And it was because I wasn't afraid to like jump on these, like a platform that was new. So that I would say, be open to change and being able to also talk about relevant things, making relevant content that's, you know, relevant to the world in general, that also helps as well. So if you're a new creator out there and you're trying to get out there, I'm just trying to drop little golden nuggets based off of, you know, what I've learned, so people don't have to go through the same thing I went through all over again. Yep.
And I like that you said before, you know, you're not going to get Hollywood on anybody. That really makes you relatable, you know, and that makes people feel like they want to follow you even more. It's like they're your friend, you know, like you're not this unattainable person. Cause that's how I feel. I have the same sentiment, because that's how I feel too with a lot of celebrities. Like, you know, we always look up to celebrities thinking that they're so far away from us, but yet they're still just a person, you know? And like when people flip like that, it's always like.
Yeah, I see it happen all the time. It's crazy. It kills me. But yeah, I'll never be that guy. I'm always gonna come back home, and you know, whoever wants to hit me up, I'm always down for get some coffee. By the way, I have like this crazy obsession. I love coffee. It's like a random pleasure.
I'm getting into it myself. Drinking it like every day. I can't even start
my day without coffee. I think it's because I used to wake up so early in the military, like 4 a.m. every day. I needed something.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What's your favorite coffee company?
Well, I like to go to, I'm always going to Starbucks. Mm-hmm. That's like my main thing. But we have a couple little little coffee shops in South Houston. Oh, my nephew's coming downstairs, y'all. I'm at the house. I'm here in the background. But yeah, I love going to Starbucks. There's a place called PJ's Coffee. It's like a New Orleans-based company. They're really good with selling like. Have you guys ever heard of a beignet?
Yes.
Oh, what is it?
What is it?
Beignet.
What? Okay, so a beignet is like
so good.
It's like a little fluffy piece of like bread. It's not
almost
quite
like
a donut,
croissant, but not really.
Like a donut.
Yeah.
And I guess they deep fry it, and when they pull it out, they put like a light coat of like powdered sugar on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's perfect for like eating with coffee.
Oh my God.
It's
I went to Cafe Du Monde in New Orleans and I found it.
Did you go? I went.
I never even heard of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, go to New Orleans.
Say what?
New Orleans?
Yeah, Cafe Du Monde.
I never heard of that. What is that?
A beignet? He just told you what it was. A beignet. Listen up.
No, I never heard
you
of
go to Cafe Du Monde.
I don't know, man.
I never heard of that. The whole menu is beignet. That's it.
Okay, all right. Well, they don't got Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kremes, and that's not, you know what I mean?
Oh, my. Wow. Culture.
This guy don't got that, and that's not what it is, man. They got to be on that type of time, man.
That's
all right. Canon, man, thank you for coming on, bro. You had like any like, I guess just, you know, any last words that you want to tell, like words of encouragement? You know what I mean? As we, you know, sign you off, man.
Man, I always like to say, man, first of all, thank you guys so much for having me. It was a pleasure meeting you guys as well. But also, I would just like to say to anybody who ends up watching this, man, keep grinding, bro. You never know who's watching you, what's right around the corner. Stay consistent. That was one of my biggest things that really helped me get along. I didn't really get my foot in the door with what I'm doing now. Until I was really about 2 years in the game doing like comedy skits, pushing my YouTube channel, Instagram, all that stuff. And eventually I did meet the right people who really are trying to find people like me. Like Carl is really good at finding talent regardless. It's not just music. A lot of people know him for the music because of like Megan Thee Stallion and Erica Banks, but he is really good at putting people on and putting people in places that deserve to be there. Not just, you know, I'm gonna put him here because he has a name, but he cares more about what you're capable of, you know. So being able to be around people like that, they'll find you if you just keep grinding and getting that work out there, being consistent.
Yes, great words to part with.
Appreciate it, man. Words from a wise man, you know what I mean?
Yes.
From a guy who's gonna own a big production company, Canon Corey, my fault.
It's all good.
Tongue twister. You know what I mean? Thank you, brother, man. Thank you. Thank you, T Nitty, man. I gotta thank T Nitty as well. Carl Crawford, 1501. Thank you for just coming on, man. Nothing I could say. I mean, I think you've been able to drop a lot of gems, bag of jewels, and much success to everything that you're doing with 1501, what you're doing with your own videography and filmmaking and production stuff. And salute, man. We can't wait to see more stuff from you, bro. Thank you for coming on. Can I get a one time soul clap for my man Canon Corey, 1501's very own filmmaker, lead director, producer, Canon Corey. And this is the Cast Podcast, Luisa L, John Don Sterling, and I'm Sammy B. And thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Cast. Thank you, boss. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, stay.
So cool. I'm gonna find you on Instagram and follow all your stuff.
Oh yeah, awesome. For sure. What show? We can connect. Let me pull out my phone because I'm on my laptop right now.
Corey, man, thank you, man. I'm about to end this.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Guys,
all right. I followed you. You should see it right there.
Got him. Do you have him? Wait, do you have him or no? You have him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Bye.
All right.